I'm physically offended by the fact that I have to wear long pants and socks inside my house to be comfortable currently. Whose idea is this? The thing with winter is that like there's a lot of places that are wintry, but I remember like I've been like reading books lately, a lot of them that are set in like sort of like middle America, Southern America. And it's like people talking about how bad the winter is in like Knoxville or like Missouri. It's like, okay, why do we live in this country? The biggest indictment against Canada is that if you look at the population, like 85% of it is like huddled along the southern border.
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Well, I remember what happened last night. I went through this whole commitment thing with Sarah, and I asked myself, what am I doing? Wait a minute, where's the... Why can't I move my mouse?
Hey, be careful not to point that thing at me.
What is happening? Was I stuck? That was weird. The kids behind me, is that the reason? Okay. So I still have her. I was kind of thinking of using... I want to see... What is happening here? Okay. OBS. Mouse fine. Starfield. Mouse not fine? What is happening? Okay, I gotta restart the game. What is happening? Desktop. Why? Do you not see my mouse currently? Thank you. Alright, that was weird. The mouse is only intermittently working in game. That was super weird. I have to like press the keyboard first. Yeah, that's right. I went to the Sarah thing, like, oh, we're gonna get married. I was like, all right, I'm stopping the game. That combined with yesterday also doing the Sistef side of the Crimson Fleet quest made me not like what was happening. But we're just gonna move on. We're gonna do the UC Vanguard stuff. See if we can wrap up to that. Okay. What is happening? I have to hold the button to get the mouse to work? What has happened since yesterday? I can't reinstall this game. The piloting skill unlocks lateral thrusters. I think it's gonna mess up again. Yeah. I have to hold the left click for the mouse to register. What could possibly be causing this? Since yesterday. What the fuck? If I get off the ship, follow Commander Tula. Look, it's not... Oh, I think maybe that's the reason. I turned my controller over. That's why. The controller was turned over, so it was constantly impacting. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Let's get out of here. Whew, I was worried there for a second. I think like the joystick or something. Alright.
Good day, Captain.
Captain Tommy.
You will be scanned as you enter the...
So UC Colonies, is that also a questline?
Okay.
How many of these things do I save for like a new game plus at some point in the future? I guess I'll probably come back to this game once there's a DLC in there. Who's this guy?
Back again.
What's the job?
Let me know if you...
This guy you talk to is one of the activities. Talk to Sergeant Yumi about what?
have any questions.
Creepy. Some RoboCop shit. Forget it. Back to Tuala. Supra e Ulta. I hope I don't have to spend 10 years playing this questline.
New Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security.
Put on a wonderful show of security. I'm kind of tempted to pick up that guy in the viewport. That guy was the best. I'm very rich now, and that guy was the best, like, combat companion I've seen yet. I want to see if I get like full quest lines for maybe Barrett and Sam, etc. I'll see where I go with Andrea. But I don't know. Andrea talks a lot, but it's not like the same amount of opportunities.
Hello.
Maybe the only ones you can romance are Sam, Barrett, Sarah. Bosco? Can you romance Bosco? Can I romance Bosco? Please? I'm begging you. Hey, pal.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the skies.
You're right.
Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above
Oh my
reproach.
god, that whole Crimson Fleet thing
Do you
yesterday
swear
was
to
just such a
protect and
bummer.
defend the citizens of the United Colonies?
It's so much worse to do the
best of
sys
your
stuff side.
abilities?
All that happens, your
And
companions
to
tells
uphold
you
the
that it's
values
good.
of the Vanguard. Honor, loyalty.
Otherwise, everything else feels bad because all these friends you make, you have to then kill.
Member of the United
Oh, it's
Colonies
terrible.
Navy.
Oh, I do. Sure.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come. So Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
They sure can, pal. I'm getting paid, right? Sure.
Oh, that's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Compared to Baldur's Gate 3, it makes a lot more sense that Latin is used in this game. What was I gonna say? Is it related to, actually, I want to go to SSN to give them the news. There it is. What was I gonna say that's related to this?
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing? Is my inventory heavy or something? Not really. It seems like most good weapons you get at a quest. Like I don't think I've ever seen like even epics out of stores. I think you just get blues in stores. It feels like. I've only ever seen whites and blues in stores, or at least predominantly. I'm basically financing my parents' Aurora habit at this point. Wait. I have to go to the place. Yeah, it would have been a lot cooler to do the Crimson Fleet one, to then do this, because now I'm just kind of being like a bit of like a 90-degree angle normie. God, that felt bad. Good to know, though. I'm just watching
Did you need something?
all my birdseed get absolutely annihilated by chipmunks. You have to realize, like, a bird will fly in and get some, and take some, but it's not till you watch a chipmunk crawl into the little house. It's like one of those ones that houses. It's like one of those ones that kind of shaped like a house with two sides glass. Plexiglass, and then two sides wood, the two wider edges are plexiglass, and to watch him just climb his little body in there, just stand there, and shove as many into his face as he can or she can, and then just disappear again. They must be doing it constantly. He looks really like slow and cumbersome in this uniform. Ooh, mama.
Fought off the Crimson Fleet and defended their.
This is where I got baited last time, right? What to tell you?
Have another story for me?
I was there at the big battle.
Of course you were. Why wouldn't you be? I swear you're either a trouble magnet or something. So, Sistef finally, and against all odds, really triumphed against the Crimson Fleet. In their own backyard, no less. How were you involved?
Let's just say I was there for the big fight.
So an eyewitness account. Excellent. So, the Vigilants
I'm trying to dox
went
myself.
toe-to-toe with everything the Crimson Fleet could throw at them. And somehow, almost miraculously, they captured the key. The key itself. I've confirmed that with many sources. Anything to add?
Sistef captured a treasure trove that left the fleet vulnerable.
Really? I might have to fact check
A
that.
treasure trove. That was so cool when you watch all those Galbank archives.
You have to feel good
Blink
about
from
how
blue
everything
to
turned
black.
out.
It's all the money went into your thing.
Commander Ikonde is being hailed a hero. And Sistef's popularity is at an all-time high. Your thoughts?
They were successful in finally righting the wrongs of the past.
The UC did kind of spawn this monster. And like you said, it might finally be dealt with. And that's all I need. You really do lead an extraordinary life. And as a, well, possibly embarrassing personal note, thank God for you.
Nice. Do I have any skill points? I've been usually pretty regularly using them. Okay, pistols at full. I got 2 in this. So I can start going into marksmanship and sharpshooting. As I said before, a lot of this stuff feels really late game-ish. Special projects. Special project, planetary habitation, astrophysics, all these things. It just doesn't seem very important to me. All this stuff is nice. Experimental ship modules, nice. Boost assault training is very interesting. The rest of these, fine, but who enjoys dogfighting? Not really. This looks really, really fun. To do that, there's a lot of stuff here. I feel like you can never get through all this. Unless maybe that's a new game plus thing. All right, this is the big one. Then we can get the Kepler. Ooh, really fun. Okay. Nice. Wow, I forgot how cool that was. We got the big boy now. But it doesn't have the comm spike or the conduction grid. But maybe I can move those from one ship to the other? Is that possible? Surely can't go back to the key. That's another reason it sucks. Those are cool little buffs. Pretty mad about that still. This rock is too much for the main character of the game to deal with. Evidently so. Come on, there you go. What ship is this? Kane Herath.
Ah, you are new probationary then? Crew Chief Herat. Pleasure to be working with you.
Nice mustache. Very
It's
crisp.
my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that comes at you up there. Now, Manifest says we're fitting you out with one comms repair suite. In addition to the standard issue welcome kit all probationary pilots get for their first mission. Med packs, some small arms, couple spare ship parts, all the essentials in case of any surprises up there. My people will have everything on your ship before you lift off. Won't even know they were there. So, paying a visit to the people of scenic Tau Ceti 2. Nice easy one for your first job. Just keep your head on swivel and you'll come home safe.
Okay.
Any questions before you head out?
What can you tell me about the city? The planet.
I honestly didn't realize it had people living on it until we got your record. Report they gave us seemed clean. No known hostile outposts. But I wouldn't say that's permission to let your guard down. Just watch out for wildlife and pirates. Keep those med packs handy and you'll be fine.
Alright.
Then I won't keep you. Make us look good out there, recruit.
Oh my god, I'm so out of shape right now. This is like, just going cross-legged is like really stretching the quads out. I'm gonna play with the other ship for a while. I wonder if it's as big as this one.
Okay, hello.
Need some work done? Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk, right?
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Kepler R. Make home ship. Let's see how big this thing is. Look at that. Wow, what the fuck? Turn around like, oh my god. There's suddenly like a shadow behind you. Look at this thing. This is an absolute tank. Wow. This is ridiculous. The kitchen sink approach, baby. Let's go. The quest says talk to Barrett? Alright, what do you gotta say, pal? But this, it's got a side entry now? This is so funny. Now that's a ship. Like a planet.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
I like her. I wonder why it says activate instead of climb for a ladder.
Hey, Dad. Want to hear a joke?
Hey, Barrett. How you doing, buddy?
Never mind. Sorry. Thinking of something else.
Who can jump
yes,
higher
Captain.
than a skyscraper?
I can't imagine how hard it was to be under all that pressure. A leader knows that protecting regular folk is not just a responsibility, but a privilege. And I'm proud to call you my
Thanks,
captain.
buddy. Knowing colleagues don't deserve my help, but the fleet was worse.
Good one.
What if I made the wrong choice?
You're worried that you should have sided with a bunch of lying, murderous thieves? Hey, it's okay to second
I
guess
just like them.
yourself
They're cool
sometimes,
dudes, you know?
But this isn't the time. You did right by us all.
I only did what had to be done. Thanks, Barrett.
Modest, too. They're gonna make a statue out of you.
Imagine my guy's
Or
face on the
carve your
moon.
face on a moon or something. What you did took nerves. Befriending Delgado,
I like Delgado.
that, it was a huge risk. If he had gotten to you, convinced you to side with them, I don't know what we'd be dealing with right now.
I don't feel good for gaining his trust and betraying them. I don't like doing it for any of them.
Look, I get what you're saying, but you saw an opportunity and you took it. It was his weakness, not yours. And if they regroup after all this, they'll be weaker next time. All thanks to you.
I'm gonna be smaller. What happened to Neva Mora?
That's a worry for another day, boss.
It'll be more desperate. It could be more dangerous. I didn't do it alone.
Nobody does anything truly alone. We all have help along the way. But you made the decisions that needed to be made. That was all you.
Man, look at this place. Hey, bud.
Yeah, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Nice. Research lab, pharmaceutical lab. Med packs everywhere. This is great. It's like a boat. Like a full cruise liner. Who is that? What's happening here? Is that Vasco just stuck? Are you okay, buddy? You gonna be stuck there forever? Cooking station? Oh. Just a coffee station. This thing is huge. I'm lost. They're cycling? This is like the lounge. Kitchen. Cooking station. This is sick. I mean, it might not be the prettiest thing I've ever seen, but it does have everything. It would have been cool to get a really focused fighter as well, you know what I mean? But what's up there? Another way up? What's up here? Wow, there's 2 more levels. Wow. It's a storage room, okay. I have a very good friend of mine who, like, kind of, like, in our texting conversations lately, do you know when someone, like, always sends you the same kind of stuff with, like, links and shares to such a point where you're, like, getting a little bit tired of it? Not because it's not something enjoyable, but, like, because it's the same person giving you the same thing constantly. I find that a little bit hard because, in my experience, especially, like, I noticed this a lot during, like, the COVID time with some of my, like, texting relations with some of my friends. But I'm not saying I did this, but, like, generally speaking, telling people what they should or should not text you about is ultimately, like, a mistake. I think people are never going to be encouraged to talk to you if you tell them what kind of things are acceptable or not acceptable for you to talk to them about. So I'm trying, it's kind of hard because I don't want to do that, but I also getting sick of, like, this person talking about one thing all the time generally, where I'm just, like, not that motivated to talk to them about it. Kind of sucks, man. I'm not sure where, like, the middle ground is. The best sort of, like, texting friendships, if you don't see them that often, it's like some sort of mix of what's going on with you with here's some fun stuff and not all of one or not all of the other.
We're clear.
Look at this absolute boat. Wow. And we're off to the skies.
Orbital insertion completed.
Look at this thing. All we have is lasers and ballistics. Interesting. Alright, where we're going. Make contact with the settlers on Tau Ceti 2. Set course for Tau Ceti. Oh, jeez, what was our fuel there? Engage. I think our cargo has gone up by 1,300 or 1,500. This is not a great ship. I don't think this is a great ship to fight with, though. I really think those gymnastic skills are actually really useful. But the thing that's kind of worrying me is, like,
Landing struts primed.
there's a lot of bonus stuff with skills in this game. Outpost management, like how to make your ship better, all those things. which seem like they just take such a huge surplus of points to get into, like what weapons to specialize in for your ship, etc. I think it's kind of hard to balance all that stuff.
Let us see what wonders of life this planet hosts.
Yes, let's.
Hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most.
Where are we going? That's my ship. Ooh, there's some gravity in this one. Gravity is 1. I've actually never noticed that thing before. So this is a gravity of 1. Look at this thing. This is a tank. What is it? What ship is this? Why can't I get onto it? Can't even click on the ladder? That's rare. This is heavy gravity, I feel like. Captain Tommy. That's not good. I can eat a mochi multi-pack right now. Captain Tommy.
It seems unusually quiet here. That is rarely a good sign.
Yeah, doesn't look good. I don't really feel like searching, going through all this without needing to right now, currently.
It may make it worse.
I cannot. I really wonder in this game how much they did procedural kind of like logic puzzles for how to equip this game with so much ammo and so much loot. Like, there must be hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of little bases and areas. Another ship here. This ship looks busted up. Investigate the screen?
Either I got hit harder than I thought, or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building.
It?
Be quiet.
It? That's not good. Things like that, like shotgun shells, I'm not even sure why I bother. Okay, bud?
So what do we got here? It's too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, maybe? Yeah, make my day if you said you were a shock trooper out for a stroll.
Your shock trooper is here to save the day.
Of course you are. My hero.
Lie.
At least you follow orders well.
Commitment.
Maybe you are military.
Flirt.
Either way, we can make this work. I'm Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC. I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in. What's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph.
I've heard about them in a while.
One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of an anomaly. Possibly a worrying one.
Super intelligent.
A terramorph? Here? Why did you not state that immediately?
What kind of anomaly are we talking about here?
Terramorphs have a unique growth cycle. They're usually only found on worlds that have been long colonized by humanity. But
Tao said he's too young to have one. Yet, here it is. I came looking for an explanation and found all this.
Alright, let's do it.
I sure could. Because to confirm my suspicions about this creature, I'm gonna need a tissue sample from it. And to get that, I need its corpse. But there is a way we can give ourselves an edge against this thing. The plant's security system. The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. And as I found out, that's not a one-person job. But if you can make it to the security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any other tools.
What can you tell me with the security system?
The settlers outfitted most of the buildings with turrets at some point. Not sure how many are still operable, but at least a few appeared to be in fighting shape. There were also some sensors scattered around the facility that I didn't recognize. But those are honestly all just educated guesses until we get the connection reset.
Where's the outpost?
It's the building in the middle of the facility. The terminal in there should allow you to grant me access to the system as a whole. Then we can see about getting things back online.
Alright.
Good. Once I see the connection reset, I'll get things underway on my end. Take care of yourself out there. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
One thing I... one thing I did really enjoy about Baldur's Gate 3, well, I mean, many things, but one thing I really particularly enjoyed about Baldur's Gate 3 was how, with the different amount of ways you could get through quests, and they didn't necessarily always handhold you about where to go and what to do and like marking things in your map, it does make quests seem a little more fun. A lot of times in this game, like particularly when I was in the like the Crix's Legacy, etc. It did kind of feel like I was just following the footsteps regardless. Then you click on the thing with the blue dot at the end of the footsteps. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the way it constantly went. You're just kind of doing that. You're just doing that one at a time and kind of sequentially following everything in a little bit of an unimaginative fashion. All right, where's the xenomorph? Power breaker?
System offline.
Can you hear me? What the fuck? Jumped off the edge? Great.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
It done did a lot of murdering. Ooh, I thought that was a Terramorph for a second. Getting jumpy. Ooh, cred stick. I love money. E-pipe? I don't like e-pipes. Alright. We got here. Security logs. Equipment drop. Additional materials for the livestock tracking system means cooking up. A couple of predators came over the ridge last night. Mario's up, took a couple shots and drove them off. Those turrets can't get here soon enough. Got the turrets delivered at long last. Once they're installed, no one needs to night watch anymore. Our lives about to get a whole lot better. Took multiple days on ladders, but the turrets are hooked up and ready to go. Goodbye night shift. I may have been hasty, turning the things on for the first time last night and blew out the grid. Rewiring starts today. Okay, a couple more tests of the system. I think we're finally ready for prime time. All the automation they're trying to build into this place draws a lot more power than we initially planned for. Some technical materials and more excitedly feed dropped off today. Finally getting perishables at long last. Seems like this might truly be happening. Tracking system. Automated defenses. Damage detected. Security system connection status. Reset. Okay, I feel like I'm playing
Connection
Jurassic
restored.
Park the game.
I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello. I wish I'd found this earlier. Those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. It's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5.
Okay. Build logs. Tau Gourmet. Hey, we're finally ready to give this a full real test. The frequency needs to be calibrated at the size of the stock, though, so we'll need to get more general measurements of the creatures once they arrive. But if this works, it can mean a whole new era in open-range farming. We'll be able to function without fences. True for range. We're going to make so much money. Everyone's finally got their hearing back, so I think we can go for test number 2. Our initial hopes for range and distance might have been a bit ambitious, but we've at least got the fundamentals down. Turn on system, have the signal beam directly into your personal radio, letting you know the location of nearby critters. Next up, improving how many animals we can track at once and how far we can track them. System status, on. Frequency tuning is required for popper tracking. Tracker frequency tuner. 185 point, what is it? This one.
Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move.
It's really cool.
Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you can avoid it. The kill lanes, they're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. You can do this. Show it messed with the wrong shock trooper.
What's that?
Power levels insufficient. Proceed to next power breaker.
Why is she not stealth? This is so cool. This is the kill lane? This is really, really cool. Fuck, get up there. Where is it?
A curious place for an industrial packing operation. There must have been a good incentive for them to locate here.
Additional power input required.
I like the way that sprinting and running works. You kind of run off the cliff a little bit. Why does that not work?
Curious place for an industrial packing operation. There must
Can I get
have
up
been
here?
a good incentive for them to locate here.
Gotta get in the roof. How do I get the roof? I see a staircase up anywhere? Oh, I used to say I like the way that you can lift up in these things. I guess I just don't have a sense of where my body is. Yeah. Oh, fuck you. Look, what the fuck is your problem? There you go. Please, man. Why did I take that uniform? No. That doesn't make it. I don't know, I've never played Starfield before.
A curious place for an
There's a lot of
industrial
like
packing operation.
there's a lot of optional stuff to do for sure.
For them to locate here.
Hey man, it's fighting those things. Is that it? I was wondering what that is.
Do you think?
Nice. Terramorph cell sound, hallucinogenic, analgesic. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Nice. Like, there's a lot of, like... Yeah, well... What they say is, like, the storyline is probably, like, 30-40 hours, just, like, what your main story is like. There's also a lot of factions, like, just like a standard Bethesda game, there's a lot of factions that have, like, really long quest lines, you know what I mean? That give you nice bonuses and, like, some of the more fun stories. So I kind of did what I think kind of feels like about... I don't know... 80% of the story? 75% of the story? Things are starting to get wacky, and things are starting to kind of get a wrinkle in them. So now I'm kind of doing some side quests. I want this game to last until my computer's ready, which hopefully is this weekend. But if it doesn't arrive today or tomorrow, then I have to wait till Monday to see if it arrives because it's waiting on the motherboard and one of the SSD drives to show up.
Quiet.
So it's either going to be I pick it up this weekend or I pick it up Tuesday probably.
Wait. You did it, didn't you? Heavens above! You just flatlined a terrormorph!
I mean, the turrets did most of it. I'm trying to sound so surprised.
No offense intended. Now, I've just known whole Marine squads who couldn't take down a terrormorph. To do it yourself?
Yeah.
That's something else.
You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample, did you?
Can you really learn much from one little sample?
A lot of life gets recorded in our cells. Like, for example, if this terrormorph's cells have certain radiation or chemical exposures, it could point to it having been transported on a ship.
I guess you don't really want to play it then,
We
right?
can start getting some answers about this thing. So,
yeah.
Did you manage to nab one?
I mean, it's games, you know what I mean?
Spotted a
It's whatever feels the best to play. It seems like you like kind of like building and creative games a lot. I actually don't know very much about Albion. Let's take a look at this. I remember I looked at this a little bit when you said you're playing it. Yeah, it seems like kind of sandbox, creative kind of construction games are the ones that really seem to get your attention most of the time, right? Yeah, I mean, this is day 2, right, of CS2? It is, from what I can tell from looking at Steam stats earlier today, is 1.5 million concurrent players. Pretty good. Job logs. Power back on. Test, test. Hello. Good God. Going 45 hours a day working through the nights. It took all the Model A's we had on hand a full week to get this place scrubbed properly. Military sure was in a rush to get out of here after the colony war ended, I guess. Finally don't have to wear my breather indoors. One building down. Just wrapped getting the prototypes installed and ran through diagnostics. Everything was good so far. The new age of clean kill meat production begins today. I don't want to jinx it, but the prototypes are working as expected. Better, maybe? We've had multiple successful tests able to save all the scraps we expected to. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but this may work. Tau Gourmet might just change things. No, CS2 came out yesterday. They replaced CSGO with it yesterday. Equipment drop, a couple of predators. We read this already. You know how Valve is. Valve doesn't really give you much information on things like that, I don't think.
I have something I wanted to say.
Oh, here we go.
But I confess I am afraid of...
Counter-Strike 2 came out yesterday. Oh, right, okay. You can call City Skylines CS, but there is another game that kind of has that market locked down. Nothing would change my opinion of you.
I am reluctant to put that to the test. But it is necessary that we are honest with each
I don't think
other.
City Skyline will come out unexpectedly.
I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others, unlike me. But Constellation means something to us both. And I must be honest about why. The little I have spoken of my history has been nothing but
I feel like I've had this line of dialogue before.
I worked with smugglers. I have
my
caused my share of
my legs
pain
falling
and
asleep.
suffering.
Oh.
What I have
At least I
left
helped
out
stretch out my quad a little bit.
until now
Oh, she's House Varun.
is
Interesting.
that all of that
That's
was
another
done
group I
on
might have like a
behalf of
storyline
House
with.
Varun. My people. My family.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I thought it had vanished.
They have retreated from open relations with the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective, but they still exist. I was born in the great city of Dazra and raised with the teachings of Janan Varun. I underwent the rite of Krejar when I came.
Is there any
of age.
advantage to pre-ordering?
I am of the promised, those who know the truth of the Great Serpent and his inevitable
Oh no, a religious fanatic. It's Lae'zel all over again. Hope this isn't one of those now I have to kill you scenarios.
Your ability to find the humor in a situation is
I'll check, yeah.
remarkable. No, I will not kill you for knowing,
my leg's
but
asleep.
you must
The knee.
understand that this is privileged information. Several years ago, I intercepted requests from Constellation to access Varun's space, speaking only of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life.
I always wanted to meet a spy. That makes you an undercover agent.
That was the intent.
Oh, did you fall in love with Constellation and also me?
More complicated. Several weeks after.
Have you watched any of the City Skylines YouTube streams lately?
Records within Constellation's archives.
I don't really find them that interesting.
Vladimir and Sarah were waiting for me.
They weren't as gullible as you'd hoped. You're still here, so it couldn't have been that bad.
I had no idea what to think. I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe.
Yeah. What information are you sending to House Varun?
The history of Constellation, where expeditions are sent, data on star systems House Varun has not explored, some information on their members and goals.
Where are you in Game of
As you have
Thrones?
seen, there is relatively little that would be considered classified.
I'm guessing you haven't told anyone else this. Does House Varun know about the artifacts?
They do not. I have, for now,
Yeah.
kept that information to myself. You and I have spent so much time together. It has
Oh, nice.
been
You're at the end of the good
impossible
stuff.
to keep this from you.
Is this your first time watching it?
And I am sorry for that. Telling you this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was
Okay,
the
yeah.
right thing to do. I can feel that.
The classic meme is that like season 5 is like the last good season. And then after that, they're kind of like going past where the books are and just there's a million things happening. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't spoil your view on it. That was around the time I stopped watching too. You're still just Andrea as far as I'm concerned.
You have no idea what a relief that is. Thank you
I like
for
her.
trusting me.
She's pretty badass. That's all? Alright. So what am I doing here? She's doing samples?
This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs, they're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear.
That's weird.
No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Talseti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years?
What's the deal with that?
But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one.
Game of Thrones was always on HBO. One of the reasons that the Game of Thrones worked as a show is because since they had HBO budgets. It's one of the only reasons they could barely do the show. Game of Thrones has some like pretty big battles, and they need a lot of CGI for the dragons, etc. And the way that they made it affordable is that they filmed in a ton of different locations all across Europe. a lot in Ireland, and then kind of like Middle East, Europe kind of border area. And one of the main ways they got the show to work was to have all those different surroundings to film in.
Don't rush in, at least. I'll give you that.
I kind of know what you feel though. There's a lot of good HBO. There's a lot of good HBO Max stuff that I've been kind of considering watching lately. That I've been like feeling like watching. They have those. They have True Detective. Barry, Sopranos. They might even have The Wire. They probably have The Wire too. All-time classic. The Wire is a show I've been missing. I haven't seen that in a while. I wouldn't mind watching season 2 and 3 of True Detective to ramp up to season 4, even though it's a different writer now. HBO for sure has the best selection. I don't think it's close. I don't know if we have Hulu in Canada, but Hulu seems to impress me a lot too. How does no one know how Terramorphs got onto human worlds?
Well, they're not exactly buying tickets and flying coach.
Yeah. Hulu seems good.
The theory is that they're spread by some kind of egg or seed that's able to evade our detection.
I have some alien eggs in my inventory. I wonder if that's
How
them.
the hell an undetectable egg turns into a terramorph without anyone noticing is a question no one's ever found.
What's PWD?
And it's why what's happened here could be real bad news for the rest of human civilization.
They've taken down other colonies?
They have.
Oh yeah,
They
right.
even took down an entire city once. A place called Londinian had to be quarantined due to a massive outbreak during the colony war. It's the only known loss of that scale, but it's the reason why any change in our relationship with these creatures needs to be taken very seriously.
Okay. What do we do?
You're right. We just need more information first. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of Terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure
This is
out
interesting.
how to
Okay,
access
this is some good lore.
But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed. Get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him for me? I
Sure.
do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that Terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your boss, or commander, or whoever it is that actually sent you here. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan thinks there could be more attacks on the
Oh, is she a
horizon.
legend? Is she mythic?
Maybe
That's
we'll
pretty
get
cool.
lucky and they'll recognize the name.
Did you have class yesterday or today? I forget. Why would my commander know who you are?
Ah, so you are UC. And if they sent you way out here, 20 credits says you're Vanguard. But yes, I was military. Not anymore, but
Okay.
I've still got some friends in the colony, so...
Did you go
if
on
I'm
Tuesday?
lucky, maybe whoever sent you is one that still likes me.
I'll make sure he agrees.
Oh, you don't understand what a weight off my
Nice.
shoulders.
Good for you,
is.
man. I'm glad.
I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know what that means. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority on Mars. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. A bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here. It's not a lot, but you've definitely earned it.
Okay.
Should cover the cost of fuel to Mars at least.
Thanks.
Now please, go do what you have to do to get that sample in the right hands. We need to know what we're dealing with here.
1800. Some of the things that are good about, well, one, it's good to follow up on something like the commitment you made. That's like just a good thing in life. It's also like good training for like getting more used to taking classes. And also like life is better when you have some structure. You know what I mean? If you have just nothing to do every single day, yeah, you can like stay busy and play Albion or Ark or whatever. But like you probably sleep a little better, maybe feel a little better to have some structure. Because it's not that much. Like your homework, whatever your homework is, your homework in class time per week is not that much. So as long as you're just doing that, everything else you do is ultimately fine. You know what I mean? It is like life is always better when you have some sort of structure. Even if it is, I'm sure it'll be a pain in the ass calling like wintertime to get there, etc. This is a different kind of research station. So I'm glad that you're going. I hope that it keeps not being an issue. Return to Luwala. Okay. That's all we're doing here, huh? Yeah.
Do you have a favorite restaurant here? Mine is currently Whetstone, but it changes.
I would say that, like, it depends on what kind of gym you go, but like this sounds overly simplistic, but you could just go every second day and do 2 or 3 sets of every single machine, and as long as you're like pushing it pretty hard, you would be like making really good progress for like a first good year or two. Like obviously if they have a million machines you can't do that, but like basically doing like a full body program where you just try to cover every muscle group, each workout you do, and then even maybe kind of changing it so one has a bit of a lower body focus and one has an upper body focus, and then go every 2 to 3 days. You don't have to go every day. Every day is like too much. You don't really need to do it. Yeah, just like go there and just like cover every single base, and as long as you do that consistently, you'll always see success. Consistency is everything in exercise. Consistency times intensity. You know what I mean? If either of those two numbers, as long as you keep those two numbers as high as possible, let's say intensity is a number out of 100, like a percentage, or like anything from 0.0 to 1.0, that's like your multiplier. And then consistency is how many times you put that little block up there. You'll always see results over time.
Back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard.
I need your permission to deliver a terramorph tissue sample to Mars.
A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
Well, I found when going to the gym, once I take a rest day and don't go, it puts me off track because I also don't really know how to make a good work week. But yeah, I know what you mean. Some people do like going Monday to Friday and then taking the weekends off. It's just a matter of your approach. Some people think that what really matters about going to the gym is actually your rest time. You got to put the work in to make sure that you grow. And then some people just want to get it out of the way and work really, really hard for like an hour. But then it's your rest time and your eating is what really makes you grow. You just have to make sure you get to the gym. But some people like the structure and wanted to go to the gym regularly because they like the energy boost from it. But really what matters is that you're making sure you keep going and you don't overwork yourself. If you overwork yourself, you're going to burn out and be less likely to want to go more often. A lot of people make that mistake when they first start going to the gym. If they're not used to it or they haven't been in a while, they'll go too hard for the first few months. And then if they get hurt or they get overtired or something like that, they're going to stop going. So it really doesn't really matter if you're going every single day. It really matters that you're just going every single week, if you know what I mean. And just checking the box. Things didn't go as advertised. Only one alive was a researcher who gave me a sample and a gene tag.
Gene tag? Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC xenoweapons.
Oh shit.
Faced tribunal at the end of the
Oh.
and was dismissed from duty.
Xenoweapons, eh? Terramorphs are human constructions, it sounds like.
Warfare, though. Well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
I have a Substack to like a workout fitness guy. And one of his Substacks is like a pretty good example of like an upper body, lower body, full body program plan. I can send it to you. It might be a good way to look at it. What the heck is Xeno warfare?
In the run-up to the Colony War, the UC started a program with a singular goal. Find the deadliest, most terrifying aliens in the galaxy, and have them fight on the side of the UC. Never saw any of the deployments myself, but the program was clearly enough of a success that when the war came to an end 20 years ago,
100%.
both sides agreed to have the practice banned, at which point, I presume, this tribunal decided to cut Sinan loose.
Like 100%, even on days where I work out versus days when I don't, I'm ready to go to bed earlier. You also sleep better and eat better because you don't want to waste your time. You know what I mean? You don't want to wake up in the morning not feeling fresh. You need more sleep, and you don't want to waste the effort you put into working out with eating shit food. You know what I mean? But the last like year and a half where like life's been pretty unstructured for you, especially during COVID. I was thinking about that as well. Like this is like one of the hardest times to like school. This is like one of the worst times to be a kid in school ever, was like 2020 to now. So in some ways maybe you didn't miss as much as you would have if it was like 4 years earlier. But like these things right here of like having some work structure / school structure and having like gym time you do regularly covers most of your bases in life. This is like in terms of success and like how much of like a hustler, how much hustle you put in and like what career, these things matter. But like if you can start to kind of like appreciate how much better you feel with some of these things in there, it'll be good. And like from my experience, my friends who worked out and got like pretty jacked in their like teen years, it helps you become more fit for life. Like my friends who had really, really good builds by 16 to 18, like you keep that. Like you have such an advantage over people who are out of shape for like staying in good shape for the rest of your life. It's so key, man. I don't think that's a good idea with diabetes. I'm not like an expert on it, but I would imagine it's more about what you eat versus when you eat. But I don't think with diabetes, I can look into it a little bit more, but I don't think with your condition it's a good idea to fast. But I don't know for sure. Just like a lot of people eat cereal and oatmeal and things like that basically will spike your insulin. A lot of people, even without your condition, still do that. I think it's more about having protein and fat to make sure that you actually have like your glucose cycle starts in the morning. Xeno warfare doesn't sound good.
I'm sure she doesn't list it at the top of her resume. But considering her
But whatever works for you.
Her area of expertise, I'm not seeing a reason to think this request is anything other than genuine. Did your survivor, Hadrian, she mention why she thinks this sample is so special?
This is a kind of a fun thing. This is like actually probably closest to what I feel like my sort of like character is in this game. It's sort of a Han Solo like character who's only in it for the money. In almost all dialogue options, there's always like I'm only in it for the money type option. Similar to Baldur's Gate 3. And it would be funny to basically just take this approach at all times and be totally literally a mercenary. She's not sure what it means. She wants a Dr. Walker on Mars to analyze it.
I see. Well.
Right.
This is one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. But if Hadrian Sinan thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure it gets to Mars. I'll take care of the clearances and ensure you get your credits. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard.
Do I get a hat, a badge? What do I get?
Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications.
Nice.
You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
9,300 and a power pack. I wonder if it's better than what I have. Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's way worse. What's a power boost pack mean? Interesting. I mean, like, So here's generally the part of what I'm starting to understand about carbohydrates is that you want to have some carbohydrates after exercising because your body needs to replace like the energy it burned, and you do need to have some certain amount of carbohydrates in your diet to, like, I don't know, have your body use for energy and to also help you build muscle. Like people with a no carb diet, it's harder to build muscle and help your recovery than someone who has it. So carbs to some people have started to become like sort of like this evil, but it's not necessarily true. You should at least have a few hundred grams of carbs per day, but your meals can't be too carb heavy. You have to realize that it's like not necessarily the American way of eating with like this much of your plate is carbs, like half your plate. It should be like maybe a quarter, you know what I mean? Because it's not that nutrient dense. Rice and potatoes are really good for you. Wheat flour, pasta, bread, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel best after eating them fairly regularly. Feel a little more bloated or inflamed. But they're an important part of the diet, but we overeat them in our culture. So you gotta have some. Everyone knows that. But a lot of people are kind of like anti-carb. I don't need it, try to go keto. And from what I understand, a ketogenic diet is useful. Where am I going? Trade authority? From what I understand, a keto diet can be good to resolve issues if you're having actual problems in terms of like mental or physical health. Going to a no-carb framework is a good way to start, kind of trying to pick off what things you can and cannot eat. But generally speaking, it's not a useful diet and it's a little bit too difficult. Things might be a little bit different for you with diabetes. Yeah, exactly. And like minimize, yeah. And like minimize as much minimize having as much processed food as possible.
Yes, you need me?
You're gonna have to learn how to cook. Whether you like it or not, you can have like the opportunity to like learn how to take care of yourself more than the average person does. Look at the size of this ship, man. What an absolute tank. Good. Yeah. I mean, that's a good start, man. Nice spacesuit. I guess I'll keep it. I'll put it on the ship. That looks terrible. Oh my god. This ship is hilarious, man. This is huge. This is the biggest one I've ever seen. Okay, see you, man.
Any adventure you can fly away. Is that how the saying goes?
Hey, Dad? Will you read to me tonight?
The Sam and Cora dynamic on the ship is kind of adorable. Helmet. Wait, hold on. Inventory. Packs. Spacesuit. Helmet. I'm gonna keep it around, but...
I like that very much. You haven't asked me to do that in a long time.
Off we go.
And will you do funny voices for the characters? Like you used to when I was little?
You just try and stop me.
Got my giant ship. Oh, I forgot to check the... Forgot to check what alterations I can make. Cute little sparrow. Little brown bird eating little treats. All those seeds are probably too big for this thing. It's corn and peanuts and 2 kinds of sunflower seeds. I don't know how a tiny little sparrow can actually do anything with that. Off to Mars. Look at this thing.
When you have a moment,
I gotta look at my New York Times cookbook to find out what other sort of, what I'm gonna do with all my pears. I've got a whole 2-liter thing of pears, and by the time I eat 3 or 4 more of them, the whole thing's probably gonna be, they're probably gonna start to go bad. Mars Mech Factory, interesting. Is that UC space? Let me check this out. For over a century, there's been accounts of a vigilante bounty hunter named the Mantis who terrorizes the criminal underworld. Interesting.
Landing commencing.
Time to drop my gigantic vessel. This is it's crazy how much work they put into this game. For like ships, etc. Having like all these landing gears work. Ships that you construct. Incredible. What am I doing? It's this way. Gravity here is 0.38. Okay, you can feel it. I wonder if any places of gravity more than 1. Oh. It's a place full of dudes, is it? Level 8 buddies. I don't really need to do this right now. Shoot some dudes, wait some ammo. Damn. I don't hit very hard, but there's a lot of them. Can't reach this guy, he's too far away. What the fuck? It's a little difficult to hit. This mech factory is cool. I don't really see like a need to be here currently. Got some kills, got some XP, whatever. Can't wait for the basic boost pack training. And I think I see a couple of law breakers around here. Hello. Damn, ammo dump. Nice. Okay. Oh shit. Gun's hard to miss. As I miss. Oh, easy, bud.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Who's shooting at me this time?
I make this look easy.
Okay, what's in here? So the gun I have in the number 2 slot, I probably want to change to something else because I'm pretty low on ammo for it. This mech factory is cool though. Where's this guy? Where are you guys hiding? Where'd they go? Was that another fortuitous Andrea snipe? Is there a House of Varun questline in this game? If so, how do I get around it? How do I get to it? Okay, that's it. That's everything. Nothing on the transfer container. Nothing really here. What's this? Nice. Just like a little random place to loot, I guess. And a million pieces of ammo. I'd like to get her a good particle beam weapon. Not sure it's gonna happen. Okay, that leads inside.
A damned shame.
Alright, nothing much here. Little toaster oven? Outdoor toaster oven on the surface of Mars? That's an interesting move. Oh, shooting at me.
I believe we are not alone.
How do I get up there? Go around, I guess. How do you feel bad with these birds slamming into the window? I'm not sure what I could change. Oh, that's gravity, baby. That's where they are. They're up here. Right. What is that good shit? Boing. Boing. Where's this last dude? Where is he? Oh? Oh, hey, bud. Well, that's the guy sniped from before. Okay. Cool, I guess. That was fun. Got some shooting in there. Set course for the Trade Authority on Sidonia. One of my cats gonna find herself a kitten for the winter again, like 2 years ago. Raise another proxy baby.
I've heard you've been making the settled system safer. It's not much, but take this.
Oh, what the fuck? Thank you.
Well then, what can I do you for?
What can I do you for? So I should probably heal here. Do I have any radiation poison or anything? No, we're good. A little inventory's a little chunky. Maybe there's some stuff I can sell.
Be careful down near the mines and enter any active sector.
UC exchange. This guy again.
Hey, I got a little bit of everything.
What do you got?
Take a look.
Okay, so ammo. What do you got? A 4.3. A 7.5. Still no 7.5 here, huh? Been a long time since I've been here. Sell all. Sort by value. This one I'm only keeping because in case this one used to be contraband. Not anymore though. So I wait. Well, things are kind of owning me here. A lot more components like this, I guess. Power circuit, power jump battery. A lot of those things should honestly go back to the outpost. A lot of ships, alien genetic material. I got a lot of this now, nice. A lot of random shit. The rest is just random shit, right? That I can just kind of clear off. A lot of grenades. A lot of mines that I don't use. The mines I could maybe get rid of. Because I don't really like to set stuff up beforehand.
Well, I hope. Oh, I swear the next gobshite miner who walks in here. Well, you're not missing.
Okay, emergency kit. I haven't even put those on my I haven't even put those on my my hotbar yet. Hotbar yet. I need help, Doc.
Let's have a look. Looks like you. A stitch here and a stitch there. You'll be right as rain.
You sure will.
Well then, off you go. Good as new.
I still get a net 2,000 credit benefit
See you around.
from that random guard giving me a bunch of moolah. Pretty sweet. Alright. Hey, buddy.
Take your time and ask me if you need anything.
Hey, buddy.
Time is money, love.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for a delivery, are you?
Captain Tommy, Vanguard. I need Percival Walker's help investigating a troubling discovery.
Do you now? Well,
uh-oh.
I do
It's
wish
missing.
I could help you, Captain, but Dr. Walker has been missing for some time.
A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city.
Gotta find him.
Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best.
Why would the miners hide him?
They were all devils. Red Devils. A UC Marine unit based here on Mars, though they were disbanded shortly after the Colony War. I presume a number of them served alongside Dr. Walker. Bonds forged in battle and all that.
What sort of discipline issue are we talking here?
Dr. Walker decided to start brewing and selling his own pharmaceuticals to our customers below cost. Something his contract expressly forbade. As such, we
Chickadees are
requested
beefing.
our cut of the profits and began garnishing his salary. Perhaps a little too severely, but well within legal limits. It was around then that he ran off, abandoning his duty and his unpaid accounts.
Alright, I can find him.
That won't be necessary. The Trade Authority isn't interested in employing someone so unreliable. But we would like the money he owes us, if you can convince him to pay his
I mean, I don't care about you getting your money back. I just want to talk to the dude with the alien samples.
Just this one time? I am all too aware that once one starts doing favors for the Trade Authority, it can be difficult to stop.
I'm not your bill collector. I just need to know how to find him.
Yes, not everything needs to be a transaction.
Yeah.
Pity.
Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone in Sidonia knows where Percival is, you'll find them there.
Okay. I'm gonna take a minute break. I'll be right back. Grab some water. Grab some water, see what the cat's doing. Maybe not talk after I mute this. I'll be back in a minute. Onward and upward.
Mast would like to join Sidonia in celebrating over 275 years of living on Mars. The United Colonies are proud to support the citizens.
P2.
Sidonia.
Down to the lower level. Are they all gonna give me $2,400? No, just the one. This thing's named Gnome.
I have been unable to move from this spot for over 7 years. I have also been programmed not to complain about it.
I'm sorry, what?
Hello, stranger. I am Gnome. What can I do for you?
You look like you've seen better days. What happened?
I was activated 17 years ago.
Alright, this is not fair. Get this guy on the team.
To move for over 9 years. Repairs are too costly, and I am well
Oh my
past
god, this is so sad.
Now, my primary function is that of an automated personal assistant. It was chosen over deactivation.
I don't even know what you can do for
I
me.
can make general announcements and relay messages from one registered miner to another. And I can report about local news.
Come on, Bethesda, give me a quest notification here. Let me help this guy out.
Employees of Deimos's mining operations. I also have been programmed with a limited selection of jokes, but I have been told to warn you, they are not good.
What's the latest announcement?
Don't forget, this month's target goals have been increased by 5%. Failure to meet your new goal may result in termination of your current contract. Good thing you do not work here.
What messages?
Sorry, you must be an employee of Deimos Star Yards to access the messaging function, and you are not.
Can you tell me a joke, Gnome?
Snowman need a moist towelette because his arms were sticky.
That's pretty good.
No doom with this quake. A helpful reminder that subterranean particle fracking.
Ooh, we got a little id Software
after its
joke there.
hiatus. Residents and workers alike are encouraged to heed the warning announcements and brace themselves for any turbulence when the blasts go off. Thankfully, you can rest easy knowing that detonations no longer occur at all hours of the night. Feel free to toss your alarm clocks, however, because they resume bright and early.
Glass of cold water. Ooh. Okay.
Then my instructions are to sit here, do nothing, and be ignored.
Oh my god, this is sad.
These are 3 of my favorite things.
Hey, someone's gotta help this guy out. What the fuck?
Don't be caught on the Martian surface without proper protective gear. All outside surface activities require the use of a certified safety suit.
Ah, didn't think we had any new miners on account of the positions being full up.
Oh, I'm not on the job. I'm checking out things around here.
That's a little weird, but
Why aren't you wearing clothing?
as long as Trevor's okay with it, I can't say that I mind. Anyway, I'm Layla. When I'm not mining,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
tinkering with Gnome, our unofficial mascot. I fill that computer brain of his with all sorts of nonsense and announcements. Of course, if you're here to chat, I'm always
What is
happy to
happening here?
talk shop. Especially if you're interested in talking about the heart of Mars.
You program Gnome?
Yeah. Gnome's been down here forever. He's also been broken forever. Can't actually walk or do work.
Nonsense.
And we don't have it in the budget to fix him. No one's had the heart to junk him. But when I started, I gave him new purpose. I programmed
I want to
him
fix this
tell us
guy.
what
I'm
news
looking
and
out for him.
I modeled his responses after my own sarcastic sense of humor. It proved to be popular, so I did what any aspiring comedian would do and gave him a bunch of stupid jokes to tell. People love it.
It was a pretty good joke.
Or at least that's what they say.
You mentioned something at the heart of Mars. What is it?
Oh, so you're interested in the heart of Mars, are you? Word is there's a cave out in the Martian wastes with a gleaming node of the purest titanium ore you've ever seen. It's worth quite a lot of credits, but some say the heart of Mars is cursed.
That's interesting.
Hundreds have gone in search of it, never to return. And every one of them met a grisly fate. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the first to succeed, though. You know, if you think you got what it takes. No judgment if you're too scared.
Why haven't you tried to claim it?
Fair question. I'm not really the adventurous type, to be honest. And frankly, I don't need the money.
Oh.
So,
She got all that comedian
I
money.
need to involve myself with the prospect of a potentially deadly cursed chunk of titanium.
Interesting. Cursed ore? Are you pulling my leg?
No. I mean, maybe the cursed part isn't real, but who am I to say? Look, I told you what I know. You can either choose to believe me or not. All I can say is that if you manage to find it and avoid the curse, you'll be a legend around here.
Alright. I'm willing to check it out.
I know cursed rocks and all. I don't know for sure if it's really cursed, but it's probably still dangerous out there, so be careful. I'll give you location of the cave. Good luck.
Good luck. So I still get no insight into how to...
I guess.
Well, these guys have names. What's going on here?
Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor.
Trevor.
I'm director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat. So long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose.
I suppose. Here's something called the Heart of Mars. What do you know about it?
The who's and what's it?
Somebody else not
Sorry,
wearing
mate.
clothes.
I've got no idea what you're on about.
Is she trolling me?
Sounds made up if you ask me. But then again, maybe the other miners have been inventing some jargon I'm not familiar with. Best to ask around.
How goes the mining operation?
Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. Alright, cool. You must be the boss, huh?
Yep, that's me.
Alright, I'm getting sidetracked.
Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for
Trying
that.
to fix robots. Finding out about cursed titanium. I got stuff to do, goddammit. I'm trying to learn about aliens.
Mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired.
Everyone has such beautiful eyes in this game.
But I give everyone a lot of leeway.
Boom.
As long as
Light
they
green.
meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough.
Alright, cool.
You have a good one, alright?
More unclothed people. Is that her again?
Particle detonations can occur beyond the
Why is everyone unclothed here?
hours of 0600 and 1800 local time.
Who's that guy? Is that Trevor?
Work in the deep mines. That's where you make.
Why are they not? Why is nobody wearing?
If there were any doubt of Sidonia's importance to the United Colonies and
Boy.
its industry,
They've all got names. And they're all naked. This is person actually wearing clothing. Just minor, yeah. What the fuck is happening here? This person wearing clothing, so they're just a minor. Alright, got it. What a strange environment. Okay, wait, I gotta go to the bar. These guys have names because they're not wearing clothing. Andres Jensen, Samond Berg Ramirez. This is quite an odd style here. Who's this? That's the other one again? Gary Limsong again? Alright. What a mystery. Alright.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vets and their kin.
Okay. Hadrian Sen on Semi. I'm looking for a man named Walker.
Doc Walker?
You're barking up the wrong...
Oh, yeah?
You, why don't you come here and tell me what some stray wants with Walker?
Everyone's got names here. This is actually a pretty busy town. Andrew Robillard. This guy looks
Not
cool.
Every day a stray topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. What do you want with Dr. Walker?
Dr. Walker. I'm making a delivery for Hadrian Senon. Look, I even approved you sent me.
That's so. Now, if that tag's a forgery, it's a damn good one. All right. Maybe she did send you. Or maybe you just know where to buy your fakes. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore.
God damn it.
Can bet that person had
I had to dip into my endless bankroll again.
And the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined.
It's gonna be like 700 credits or something pathetic. What's going on with the Red Devils?
Red Devils were the meanest Marine unit that you see.
You back in already?
Couldn't get in if you hadn't done at least one stint as a Martian Dusty. Made us tough.
Ignore
her. It's why they chose us as the handlers for the UC Xeno weapons. No other unit could handle that pressure. Percival, though, he wasn't a grunt like all of us. Science officer. Made sure the monsters behaved themselves around the devils. And didn't with everyone
This is all very
else.
interesting.
But it was those monsters that did us in. When the colony war ended and the armistice came down, everything associated with Xeno weapons got shelved. Red Devils included. Now they're just a memory.
It's so sad. Stephen Cat. It's like the first time in the entire day it's nice out. The cat just wants to come back inside. What's the deal with that? You work with Xeno weapons? I'm really curious about all this lore.
Infantry officer. Now grunts deployed alongside the things. Never seen anything like it. Before or since. Monsters from the darkest corners of the black, rampaging across the battlefield.
Spooky, man.
Can understand why they banned
So
it.
there's Varun, Ryujin, Vanguard.
Armistice hurt us more than most, but
Nice.
wow. Wasn't all bad that came out of that agreement.
How many coffees per day do you have typically? How would you suggest I go about clearing his name?
Well,
Pay his
most
debts for him?
straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct. If you've got credits to throw away.
I do.
Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there,
Bad income, what do you
adjust
mean?
Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs.
Crossing the Trade Authority could be perilous. There are real stakes here.
But one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the
That'd be kind of cool.
storeroom.
Do a little clandestine work here. He's like, I'm just talking here. Maybe it's a key to a utility closet that I have a key for. All right.
Sidonia City Security is here to keep you safe. If you see something suspicious,
What's this? A meal tray.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get rid of the debt.
And I look
I'll
forward
agree.
to hearing the good news.
Okay.
Hey, you may be Hadrian's friend. Come here. Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going
I can't believe this is a boy. Why? Do you know where I can find him?
Oh, no. I mean, I've got my suspicions, but look.
Hello.
You're planning to help Percival, right?
I am. I'm going to try to. It doesn't sound like I have any other option to find him.
Yeah, sure. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E.
Go on.
Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his trade authority contract. But we still
what am I getting myself into here?
Useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the trade authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle.
I presume there's a reason you haven't handed it over already.
Well, yeah. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out. Started setting up shop.
Oh, I know what comes next.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the trade authority.
He does have an interesting look to him, doesn't he?
Working in the deep mines again. Jobs come
the slim
back,
cheeks, the kind of like sensuous mouth.
Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore.
Fine, just tell me where this mine is.
Yeah. So access to the deep mines can be found outside the city. It's not far. Shouldn't even need to hop back in your ship. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out the spacer leader should get the message across to the rest of them to buzz off. Once you've managed that, phone up here on the comms panel, and I can walk you through finishing the research.
Okay, so I can either change the debt amount, or I can go kill some spacers. So where's the broken spear? That's a different bar.
Stay away from the sixth circle unless you're a miner.
Back to back to the main level. Oh, definitely. I respect someone who likes their grooming, you know what I mean? Where's the sixth circle? I wouldn't mind doing a little shenanigans here. I wouldn't mind killing some spacers either.
We have the tech to instantly.
Who are these people?
I could never leave these people behind. Their continued success is my life's work.
Worker satisfaction has been trending upwards recently. Taking
Who are these people?
Hello there. Do I know you?
And I'm just striking up conversation.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm Leona Hawks, Deimos Steyard's corporate liaison.
Big wig.
Anyone who deals with our office likely deals with me at some point. I suppose I'll be seeing you around.
I can't believe how much there is to do. What do you do here?
I coordinate.
I can't believe how much there is to do in this game. It's unbelievable.
Operations, such as the Star Yard itself. And
like I've probably done like 10% of the game, maybe less.
Deimos Steyard's corporation is a complex entity, given that the different divisions have different goals and priorities. My job is to make sure those are all in alignment.
It's one of those games where I feel like everyone comes to like an opinion within a week or two of it coming out, when like they've made a game that they want people to play for like half a decade or more. That's the sense I get here. Okay, Deimos Steyard works on the UC Navy, right?
We've been contracted with the UC for decades to provide military-focused crafts for the entire fleet.
Bethesda's got the long view.
That they trust us, as Deimos is
at least that's what I choose to say.
Ship manufacturer in the settled systems. We were responsible for some of the major advancements in grav drive technology since the early days of its existence, so our legacy is strong.
Okay. I don't know why I've talked to this lady.
That's enough for today, shall we?
Okay, so I gotta check out this utility closet.
Let me just finish sending this.
Hey, be careful around the equipment. Don't want to lose an arm or something.
Excuse me.
These guys are like no-name crew workers. It's not very interesting. Who's this guy? Hey. Phil Hill.
Oh, hello there, friend.
Another town full of people. You okay?
Between you and me, I'm pretty tuckered.
Oh yeah? You're tuckered?
When that stack of papers was smaller, I might have used it as a pillow. Whew.
Tough
Was I
dude.
asleep? Oh, you've probably been standing there for a while.
You look tired.
What? Oh, heavens no. These bags under my eyes are just... how I look?
Phil needs some Adderall,
Okay,
I think.
You got me.
Concerto? Ritalin?
Pretty tired. But I can do this. But, oh my, I've forgotten my manners. Phil Hill, at your service.
Hello,
Yes,
Phil.
It rhymes. My parents had a thing about rhyming.
Oh, man.
My siblings are named Bill, Jill, and Sil. The Hills. What a thrill.
Okay.
But there I go again.
That's enough.
You aren't here to talk about me. You're here to talk about List.
What is List?
List. Is this something of importance?
Depends what list we're talking about. Hi-oh!
You know, silly. List. The League of Independent Settlers? Do I detect a glint of recognition in your eyes? I think so. How can I help make today your very best day?
What does List do exactly?
Why, we help people.
This is another
Get folks
enormous,
set up and
endless
able to
quest
start
line.
New lives and new places, free of governmental interference.
Hmm.
We survey the stars, find suitable places matching people's needs, and get folks started with the essentials.
I respect that.
I don't suppose you have a ship? Interested in earning some easy credits?
Sure. What's going on?
That's terrific, because I have a lot of work needing doing.
Like there's like a little bit of panic and anxiety just under the surface
are just
here.
The most recent applicants looking for new worlds.
Am I gonna
to
ferry
settle.
people around on my gigantic ship?
Everywhere I go, people are really excited about the prospects of living a truly free life, living where and how they want to.
No, I haven't played Elden Ring
A
yet.
cargo hold full of stacks, just like that.
I want to do the whole like.
Out of the question,
I want to do the whole
I do not do
FromSoft
paperwork.
series.
Unfortunately,
I only just
this
played
paperwork
one,
is my
and then got
responsibility.
distracted playing other
As
things.
much as I'd appreciate help, I wouldn't make you do any.
Wait, you just sit here and wait for people to come up and talk to
I
you?
used to have an office on Aquila, but you know.
This guy's so perky, but he's losing his mind.
But it turned out for the best. Now they send me all over settled space where I can interface directly with the people. I'm a people person, as you can probably already.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Dark Souls. What? You went back out again? God, I'm getting whipped here. My cat's job is to be outside in the sun as much as every day as possible, and my job is to be in here playing video games, and I think she's got the better end of the deal. I'm happy to help.
Fantastic! That's exactly the can-do, helpful attitude that List looks for in all its.
I had a lot of fun playing Dark Souls 1, for sure.
We're looking for folks with ships and/or basic people skills to seek out suitable planets and leads on potential clients. I don't suppose you possess either of those
You
qualifications.
should see how big my ship is, bud. I have both a ship and basic people skills.
You know, I can tell that you do, just by the little we've interacted already. Most importantly, we need to collect data on habitable planets.
Oh.
The more habitable, the better.
Oh, this is cool.
You know, that oxygen and
Surveying
water are
quests.
musts. Other signs of life, even better. Secondly, we're always looking for new applicants. So, as you travel around meeting people, when the occasion arises, see if you can interest them in signing up for the list. I'm pretty sure I overheard some people in here talking about wanting to start a new life. Why don't you start with them?
Why don't you start with them? Why would someone want to join List?
I am glad you asked. List provides members with a few tangible benefits and a few intangible ones. First off, we locate an ideal location matching the needs and desires of our members. After that, we provide transportation, as well as a starter set, including basic hab modules, extractors, and seeds for farming.
I have to like really learn not to like read subtitles and just to like listen to dialogue without like reading it ahead of time. That's why I hate using subtitles when I watch TV shows. Because I just read it because I'm so ADD about it. So I'm not looking at the frame, I'm just looking at the subtitles.
But more importantly, List provides its members the satisfaction.
But it's 'cause it's faster, that's part of it.
Living on their own and on their own terms, independent and free from harassment and governmental interference.
Alright, let's see what I can do.
Excellent. Thank you for any assistance you can lend us. Whoops. Nearly forgot. Take this.
Okay, thanks, pal. He definitely looks like he's gonna work himself into like an early grave and develop a drug habit. A couple things as well. One, it's interesting how when I first started hearing about ADD when I was a kid, you heard about people getting Ritalin subscriptions, but it seems like Ritalin got completely replaced by Adderall. Just because I never hear about Ritalin anymore, but you hear about Adderall and Xanax like literally every fucking day of your life, especially if you're American. And I know what you mean, Vulgar, I know what you mean, but it's more of like a ADD thing, you know what I mean? If there's like text to read, I will read it. But if you're watching a show, it's like, I'm just reading the fucking text. I might as well be reading a book at that point, because you're listening, but you're missing like so much of movies and TV shows are like framing and cinematography and like acting, and I miss so much of that. If I'm just distracted, the second any new line of dialogue is there, I like literally have to read it. It's not like a choice I make, you just have to read it. So it does suck to lose some lines when you watch a show or a movie without subtitles, like especially like a fucking Christopher Nolan movie or something. But it's not worth being one of those people who is just constantly like reading as opposed to like taking in the whole package. It's a kind of a sacrifice you kind of have to make.
I heard they found another new freshwater deposit.
It's much better to go without subtitles, I think. Just for like quality of visuals and just your own experience.
Hey.
Hey.
안녕하세요.
Oh, that guy's Korean.
Kind of in the middle of something here.
Oh, he's Korean for one line. That guy's French?
Mining takes all. Mars is ripe with resources, which means there's always going to be plenty of.
So who's the person I was just talking to?
Sometimes, yeah. You can make a real good living working the mines.
Alright, whatever. I'll see you guys later. Don't get me wrong, like watching a TV show with subtitles to learn a language is like a very useful thing to do. A lot of people learn a lot from doing that. I definitely respect that, but I already know English. And so to do that, it just means I'm just kind of getting like wrecked by ADD, honestly. Who's this guy?
Watch out for the robots. They're surprisingly sneaky.
Go to Mars, they said. The pay is great, they said. So is the crippling depression.
Yeah, I love doing that in games. One of the things that surprised me the most about Dark Souls 1 was I've played some degree of Dark Souls 3 and never finished it, but like just played it at friends' houses, etc. One of the things that really surprised me the most about Dark Souls 1 Remastered was it was so much more about exploration than boss fights than I expected. Like, it's sometimes most of the frustration in the game came from like when do you do which area. It's not always very clear, and there can be a lot of like wasted time and annoyance because of that. But there was maybe 3 or 4 hard bosses in the entire game. Like the 2 gargoyles are hard. Sigmund and Siegfried or whatever, like the fast guy and the fat guy, that boss is hard. I found the big, huge, fat demon with the fire in that really narrow corridor full of roots. That boss was hard. But I don't remember very many other bosses that I found very difficult. So most of the game was like, fuck, I gotta go through this whole segment again. I'm lost climbing through the fucking, that underground city where you're like on the rickety like platforms and everything. But it was much like, compared to Dark Souls 3, it was much less of a boss fighter and much more of like a traversal game. That was actually really interesting to me. I wasn't expecting that. Nice.
You can succeed at that before we are discovered.
Level 30, let's go. So who is here? Reactive gauge, 0 wire. Okay, what's in here? Weapon case. Ammo. Wait. Yeah. Ammo. Staple gun, notebook, weapon case. I have so much of this ammo that half these guns I don't even use. But there's no harm in taking up ammo. What's that? Nothing. Ammo. Medpack, injector. Synapse Alpha. Yeah, he took a lot of shit. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Accounts computer. Oh, this is the Trade Authority backroom. Charles Flynn. Lou Saavedra. Percival Walker. Recent orders. 21,800. Attachments. Account override tool. Oh, damn. Alright, let's drop it down to 1,000 credits. Nice. Yeah, I saw that. A lot of people are playing that. There's a lot of people who like sort of have like an itch for those kind of games. I'll be very curious to know what the next From Software game is going to be now they did Armored Core. Like, I kind of just assume their next game is still going to be kind of a Souls-like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the thing they've been doing for so well. I just wonder how they're going to expand on Elden Ring, or what things they'll do differently. Because normally they'll do, like, Dark Souls 3, which is, like, magnum opus, and then Sekiro is the same but different. And then Elden Ring is the same thing but open world and so ambitious. So I wonder whether it'll be something a little cleaner and tighter like Sekiro was. Press inquiries. Quarterly update. Security training. Okay, nothing interesting here. Master door locked. Alright, we're out of here. Stole a bunch of shit.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
A red planet lives up to its name, huh?
Hey, it's my personal savior.
Hey buddy, haven't seen that guy in a while. Okay, so I don't need to go do that spacer research thing. I can just do this now. Okay, sleep well, pal. Good luck in your exam. I know you'll do well. It's an interesting thing about game series by companies. What's that guy's name? Something. Andrew Roblo, that guy again. And then Patron. It's interesting to see how, like, certain companies are under pressure, either internally or externally, to kind of make games in a similar method for a while. Like, id Software is going to make first-person shooters. Bethesda is going to make games like this, or Fallout, or Elder Scrolls. From Software is going to make games that are Souls-likes. Ubisoft's going to make certain, like, super bland AAA games. CD Projekt Red is going to make really, really deep RPGs. Larian's going to make deep tactical RPGs with the map being a little bit too full. People want to, like, do what they do best and not jump over all the time. Like I was saying yesterday, a lot of, like, CD Projekt Red's complaints were because they're making such a different game than The Witcher right off the bat that all the hype for Cyberpunk kind of, like, wrecked them a little bit. Like, it's an interesting calculation of, like, Bethesda being like, hey, we're making Starfield, this is very different than Fallout or Elder Scrolls, but we're still making a classic Bethesda RPG. So I think sometimes, like, the familiarity of a game within a company's oeuvre is something that they, like, kind of have to work on. One, because you want to use the same engine if you want to, like, further make your team efficient, and two, you kind of want to have branding. It's kind of like if you're a music producer, especially in rap, you kind of want to have a sound, you know what I mean? Even if you think, hey, you could do anything, that's great. People kind of want to have a sound. hack the Trade Authority terminal to take those credits now.
Not something you want to say too loud now, but good work. Here, go dig our man out of his pit.
Okay. How much did you give me? Give me 500? What a cheapo.
Red and orange, everything's red and orange as far as the
Was there something else?
Yes. How much? I want to pay off Percival's debt. How much does Percival owe you?
I don't recall the exact figure off the top of my head, but with the interest that's accrued, it's something substantial. If you're feeling charitable...
Oh, here we go. Let's see what happens.
I'd be happy to look it up for you.
Sure. Let's pay his debt.
Do you now? Very well.
It's not 22,000, I'll tell you that.
Let me take a look at his... that's not the number I remember. Headquarters must have felt sorry for the old man.
Yeah. Good old headquarters.
His current balance. I expect this won't be a great hardship for you.
There you go.
It cleared. Wonderful. Dr. Walker's debt is officially no longer our problem. You have my thanks. Oh, and if you do find him, please let Percival know I'm eagerly looking forward to never working with him again.
That's so funny. It's a good line. It's a rare one. Alright, what do you got?
How's it going? Can I help you? Cool.
Alright, ammo. Do you have 7.5? Nobody has the white hot. There it is. Yeah. Hold on. Sell weapons. What's the second gun I use? I use the keel hauler. I need 43M. And then this needs 43 ultra mag. So ultra mag and military array.
Sounds like a plan.
Ammo. 43 ultra mag, yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Not bad, not bad. Okay.
Come back anytime.
That guy's so chipper. I love that guy. So, where am I going? I'm gonna talk to that guy again. I could use the elevator. I could just kind of float my ass down there. Whee! I want to help Gnome out. I want that robot to have a life.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's done, eh? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ.
Shocking.
Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Good you're going in there, actually. Bunch of spacers moved in, not long after we got Percival set up. Don't expect he'd run out.
Spacers again.
Taken care of. But I'm sure he'll appreciate not having to find out if I left him with enough rations. Yeah, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Okay. So where am I going? F. Hold on. Tab. Find Parseval. Where is it? I just pull myself in here. And we're good.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Wait, where am I going? Star map? Oh, it's over there? Okay, I don't think we need to fly there. Okay. You can get off the ship. I'm so happy with my gigantic new flagship.
Greetings, Captain.
Hey, Bosco. What's going, pal? I'm gonna take advantage of this 0.38 gravity coefficient. Boing. 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 So what am I gonna do with my next skill point? I have piloting at 4. We can now get into this stuff. Interesting. But what I really want to do is get into gymnastics, but I got to do 4 points on this. Okay. Nice. I'm a weightlifter. Yeah. This is actually really hard to decide. Weightlifting, gymnastics. This is really synergistic with the boost pack training. Yeah, these are the next two, and then I get into just raw gun damage. A lot of these I'm not really a fan of. This is nice, but I don't think strictly necessary. I guess it does help a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, I think let's go for more combat stuff. I've gotten enough of like the persuasion checks, etc., so I can kind of go through those when I can. And a big difference is once I've reached about like level 20 or something, and more specifically started to get legendary weapons, is that I don't have to reload and get destroyed so often. There's a certain point where the game is just a lot more manageable, just in terms of combat, which has been a huge benefit. Ooh, aqueous hematite. It's a unique element. Wow, that took a while to knock down. That's crazy. What a... Pretty rare that I've been on the surface of the moon. A little extra lead, never hurt nobody. I wonder what the... If you look at the circle in the bottom left, I wonder why the top... I wonder why the top quarter of the circle is that, like, the northern quarter is like that half moon of gray material. I don't really know why that is. Alright, bring it on, spacers.
Gotcha!
Damn. Oh shit, what the fuck? Trying to get a jump in this guy. I'm sure I can get the jump on this guy. There's only one way in. Wrong gun. Only 2 bullets in that gun. That's awkward. Man, hip firing is not the best thing ever. Where'd that guy's body go? Oh. Did she just pop that dude?
Did they have anything of value?
She's a monster. Is that where his body went? I really find it like I can't be bothered taking spacesuits. I really can't. That guy was really high level though. Okay, we're indoors now, so I can start using my big boy gun. Okay, so we're gonna use some aid stuff. I really should be using these like teas packaged for extra experience points all the time. Actually, extra XP gain for 15 minutes is basically you should have this for every single like dungeon.
Remain alert. Best to assume we have not seen the last of these spacers.
Where's my eat button? I don't want to carry all this shit. Oh. That blew me up too, did it? Spacer scum. There's a lot of dudes here. That was a nice shot. It would be really nice to have that floater thing.
You're not walking out of here.
Where'd that dude go? You keep running? Oh shit. Damn. This is where I came from. Outplayed. Outplayed by my shotgun revolver. Who are you? Ooh, I'm getting owned here. I really see this guy. Did Andreja take him out? Had a girl with her beam pistol. Anything good up here? What's that? Ale? Med pack? So I can use that med pack. Snackies? I can't be bothered with this anymore. Paramagnon conductor, sure. Any of the rare ones I think are worth taking. Because they probably use rare elements to make. Over there's the back way I came. There's a way down here, is there? Interesting. Oh, never mind. Haven't seen a digipick in a while. So they want me to take out the leader, if I recall correctly. Oh, it's not a digipick, it's a X-Acto knife. It's pretty cool. Austenitic, you see those everywhere. Carburetor, the manifold.
Miners' quarters ahead, perhaps? Filled with more spacers, no doubt.
Yep. I suspect you're right. One more shot. Where's that last guy? This gun is really fun. Is that Andrea? Can't hit this guy. There he is.
One less target.
Oh, how'd you like that? Bet you didn't. Weight room. There's one or two more dudes here, isn't there? Oh, she took them out? Okay.
The spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
It's always just such a piddly amount of credits. Okay, what else is in here? Uninteractable computer. Varun heretic writings. Nice. Haven't had some contraband in a while. Oh, I don't know if I have I don't know if I have shielded cargo in this ship. Annoying. I'm gonna forget that. Here's Dajim. Anything in Dajim? Chunky beef? Fourth bottle? Nothing here? Okay, gotcha. Already crossed over there. Alright, onward and downward, I guess, in this circumstance. This way, right? This gravity is like messing with me. It's so crazy. This gun I should probably put some mods on. If I recall correctly, this gun doesn't have mods on it. Shattering Calibrated Urban Eagle. It's good, but if I need it to be my secondary gun, it needs to be a little better at what it does.
Hard to believe anyone found this to be a profitable exercise. Clearly it did not remain so.
Hey, pal. Where am I going? We're going off-road here or what?
No way we can get through this. The caves in the back might be a suitable alternative.
Aqueous hematite. What the fuck? Invincible piece of hematite? There you go. That mineral is too tanky. Spacer scum. She's a monster with that gun.
Your abilities are truly amazing. Are you prepared to die?
Too easy, baby. Too easy. There's a lot of dudes still here. Someone just shoot at me? Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who was even firing at me here? This is a whole room of dudes here. Ooh. I think somebody just exploded, yeah. This whole like pistol specification thing, I'm kind of surprised I stuck with it. But I don't like having specializations in multiple kinds of weaponry. Besides the obvious synergy of handgun and explosive. Mars surface, what? It's a pharmaceutical lab. This is where the guys were working. Is there a weapon workbench in here? How much of 18,000 is good value. I know you only get a little bit of that, but regardless. Nuclear fuel rod, display projector, more ammo, blue helmet. So what's this? Nice. There's a lot of shit. Okay, no one to talk to with that thing. Got it. No more dudes here. This game's fun. I'm having a good time. I have the drill waste room access key. Where did I get that? Is this where the dude is?
Will explain why the site was abandoned. These natural caverns likely were not worth the risk of traversing.
Fair. This is kind of like one of those artifact cave caverns that I was totally neglecting. I feel like I could have jumped across the way there. Just floated. Any digipicks here? No? Cheap way to do it. If they give you more than like 2 ones, it doesn't feel worth it. Doesn't feel like it's worthwhile. That was good, but I'm not a settler. You know?
Can you get that done?
Settler workwear? Or I'm not a poor. I got $750,000 in the bank, motherfucker. I feel like there's not much point in getting this stuff because I feel like it's like quest specific. Where is this guy? I've been here forever.
This must be the place. Power is still on, at least partially. Shall we see if anyone is home?
You got it. That's a jump. How you doing, pal?
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it.
Percival Walker, good
I doubt
name.
you came all this way just to do me a favor.
Alright, let's get some alien lore. This is exciting.
While you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts.
I'm here to make a delivery for an old colleague of yours, Hadrian sent on.
Adrian sent you. She's... Did she look okay?
They have the same eyes. I wonder if they're father-daughter. If you consider getting gored by a terramorph and living is okay, then yeah.
Terramorph? She's fortunate to be alive at all. Hope you two had plenty of backup. So what's this she had you bring all the way down here after putting you in harm's way?
Let's find out. Terramorph cells from a world too young to have one.
Adrian said that, huh?
Yep.
If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Okay. Red Devil's HQ. Deep underground. Oh, my right leg's the one that's falling asleep this time.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests.
All right.
Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Managed to negotiate it down to something more reasonable. Good to see someone give the trade authority a bit of their own medicine. All queued up. Let's gaze into this a bit, shall we? All right. Just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait. Where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all on the slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me?
He's one of the rare characters who actually looks old by virtue of his like body composition. The neck's starting to like thin out a little bit, the jawline.
I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
Samples a concern?
She was disconcertingly correct. Trying a little habit of Adrian's. Which is why, if you wanted to have your film crew jump out and yell surprise, I wouldn't be saddened in the least.
You've been punked! I collected from the Terramorph himself.
Just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history.
What do you mean?
I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Yeah.
It was. An entire city wiped off the map. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any Terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-Terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
I think you're right.
The chances for survival, let alone maintaining any kind of functioning society,
I think you're right.
would be slim indeed.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
I'm just looking for alien lore. Okay. The attack was massive. Why is one odd terramorph so
Because
scary?
until now, the terramorphs that wiped out Londinian had the good sense to stay put.
Okay.
What happened there? It was a tragedy.
His vest looks like it's made of velour.
So to find evidence for a similar attack on a different world,
Or like that kind of like weird
we don't have
leathery
enough information
material
to know
that's like
precisely
fuzzy.
what this means, but I doubt it's good. So I'd love to know what it is you're planning from here.
Get in. We're gonna save the world.
Music to my ears. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Okay. You told me not to touch anything, but there's a lot of stuff in here that I'd like to touch. You know how it is. Okay, maybe there's not a lot to touch here. This is mostly just junk. Poor guy, down in this fucking desolate place by himself this whole time. I want one of the magazines that gives me a permanent stat up. I get so happy every single time I get one of those. I finally got my my Class C pilot license. So the ship from the Stroud Ekmund quest is now my flagship. This thing is a goddamn titan. It's incredible. It's huge. It's ridiculous. I like doing planet traversal in third person just because so much of the game you want to spend in first person because otherwise it's too hard to shoot, I find. My ship's 1,100 meters over there. Oh, it's back at the town, right? I'm gonna try to see if I can get a couple of these landmarks to like start to get closer to surveying. What's that? A single building. It's like the gas station in Deus Ex outside of Area 51. What's the deal here? I'm intrigued. Oh. It's the main drill for the same area. Okay, got it. I mean, I assume it is. Aqueous hematite. Meteor shower impact site. Okay. Cool. Sounds like an accurate Mars characteristic. Okay, back home we go. So, set course. Travel. Not a fan of this outfit. What do I start wearing again? This one's fun. Not a fan of this one. I'm gonna drop this one actually. I don't like the color scheme. This one's cool. This one's cool. This one's cool. This one's cool. This one is kind of meh. This one I like. I actually like Ensign Akanaka's a lot. It's pretty sick. Doesn't necessarily fit my character. It's a little too intense. With that hat, he basically is a chef from Spain. Got a nice little beret on. Lucky me. Okay, is there anything else I want to buy? No, but I do have some stuff I want to sell.
I got a little bit of everything. Take a look.
I got a little bit of everything. Sell all, sort by weight. Sell the shotgun. Nice. I can sell these heretic writings. Okay, nothing else? Good.
Be safe out there.
Hey, thank you. I will be. That person's got the Starfield going on. Really? I don't remember shooting someone. I don't remember shooting anybody at all. Guess somebody else did it. Where am I? I've never been here before.
Consider this unit always on the job.
I remember this guy. What's your deal, Mitch Benjamin? He's a bit gawky, isn't he?
Hey, haven't seen you around here before. Did you just move in?
Remember the eyeball on the fountain pen in Demolition Man? I wonder why in my OBS stream chat window you have a green name, but then on the screen it's a blue name. I wonder why that is. I heard you need some help.
Oh yeah? Word gets around, I guess. Well, if you got a way to get off world, then maybe you can help.
What's the problem?
I found out recently that my favorite book series, Dragonstar Force, had a very limited initial run. I really want to collect all the first editions, but it's hard.
I'm gonna help this guy out. I used to work at a rare bookstore.
I already tracked down Volume 1. Could you go buy it?
Hell yes.
Bring it back here for me?
I'll definitely
I'll
get that
pay
for
back,
you.
Of course. Plus, extra for your trouble.
Sure. So what are these books about, bud?
They're these old science fiction fantasy books about space and good versus evil and a mysterious magical.
Oh, he's so excited. Look at him.
Dragonstar.
He's like an 8-year-old.
And there's this team of heroes who fight space wizards, dragons, demons, and whoever else seeks to take over the galaxy using the Dragonstar.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure thing, pal.
You will? Wow, you're the first person to actually agree.
Hey man, us with a ship
Thanks.
need
Well,
to
like I
help
said,
those
I'll make it
shipless
worth it.
people
You
get
won't
along in the
regret
world. All right, nice. I can help with some nerds. Oh look, honey, nerds and some little nerdlings. I think I should probably take my lunch break soon. It's 1:30, 1:23 rather. Wait. So when can I help this robot? I want to fix this robot. So he's so depressing.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
They have the same eyes. I wonder if they're related. Her last name is different, but...
Not a lot of folks would have stuck their necks out for a stranger like that.
Shut up, dude. Fucking druggist.
The red eyes are some badge of honor, I take it? They would be difficult to conceal.
Huh? What red eyes?
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
They're the same eye color.
I hope it ultimately
right?
didn't end up being too much trouble.
Too much trouble, exactly how I described the experience at his head. No, it's fine. A little more gunfire, but otherwise fine.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
So they're worried that it's an interstellar terramorph?
That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun
Nice.
somehow? Guess we can
I want to learn about these Varun boys.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Okay. The cabinet, what's that?
The cabinet's the UC's highest governing body.
Oh, here we go. Now this is my kind of
military
quest.
brass, scientific and diplomatic division.
We're getting big
heads.
picture.
Any major decision the UC makes goes through them. They're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the archives. So without their blessing, we're flying blind.
Okay. What's this got to do with House Varun?
Well, when the colony war came to a close 19 years ago, with the signing of the armistice, 3 factions were involved in the negotiations. The UC, Freestar, and House Varun. They made a lot of decisions about what sort of tactics should and shouldn't be permitted in future conflicts. All information related to the things they decided should be banned was locked away in the archives. Now, it's possible to get things out of there, but only with the agreement of members from all 3 factions. And as to what our research is doing in there, well, I'll get to that.
All right. If you need charm some executives, I'm your guy.
That's about the best news I've had all day.
I'm Mr. Good Karma.
But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Yes, I understand.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, still doesn't explain what the Terramorph data is doing in the archives.
Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying Terramorphs on the
Oh,
battlefield.
shit.
The project never got off the ground, but the
Adrian
data our team
Heisenberg.
gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access
Oppenheimer.
that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Not thrilled about you keeping information from me, but I guess I can help you. Fucking, who am I? This is a lot of, like, sissy coward options. Why wouldn't they agree to help us? Here's the cut to the chase.
They will, given the evidence we've acquired. But getting the Freestar Collective and House Varun on our side, that won't be easy.
I understand.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through.
Gotcha.
But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board.
Alright, let's go talk to them then.
Alright.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
And now, 9,300 bucks. Now that is my cue to go get the rice cooker going to make enough rice for lunch and dinner. Ew, look at all these seaweed or critters. And then I need to walk to the home hardware and get myself some more bird seed. And then I'm going to make a poached egg, and I'm going to probably warm up a tin of sardines and have that with rice and scallions. And then for dinner, I gotta defrost a piece of salmon to have for dinner with red pepper, and I think I'm missing a greenery, which is unfortunate, but nothing I can do about that because I don't like buying broccoli lately. I should always have broccoli, but I don't always remember to do it. I guess I'll have red peppers and carrots, but it's better to have a green, but I had a whole radicchio last night, so that should be adequate. So that's what my lunch break's gonna be, and then maybe I'll have a third coffee because why not? If I can only walk on my right leg, that'll help a lot. So it's time for me to get out in the world. Oh, my leg. Oh, I'm gonna need like at least a minute. Oh, the pins and needles. Tickles. It tickles. Oh. No, I'm not. I just... No, I'm just gonna have I just think about... I have all this time when I'm sitting here playing video games. I'm hitting my leg and it feels like it's like thrumming and vibrating. You know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. Like I can feel my knee like buzzing as blood starts getting back into it after being stuck in the same position for 20 minutes. I got all this time when I'm playing video games and running around fucking surveying aqueous hematite and lead to think about what we're gonna have for dinner. And the grocery store is like 15 minutes away in a town, so I have to kind of plan my meals to some degree, and I also like doing it. Regardless, it's time to save, put my rice on, walk to the store, buy birdseed, get some sunlight, and then come back, poached egg, sardines. And then I'll either have sardines cold and mash it up and have the egg and rice be enough warmth, or I'll fry up the sardines a little bit. Regardless, quit, desktop. Did you stretch that part between leg and balls? No, but I'm gonna need to. But I got a really good quad stretch by doing the cross-legged bit for a while. My quads aren't as loose, aren't as tight. But yeah, feeling it a lot lately from the legs. A lot of the cardio lately, the 30 minutes of cardio, is tiring me out a lot. I'm looking at it optimistically, in that like it's just working out muscles and like muscle fibers I don't normally exercise because mostly I just do weightlifting. But I do notice my legs are thickening up, so it's good. It's a net benefit. At the cost of my upper body, because I haven't been doing any weightlifting. But it's all coming together. Anyway, I'm going to go eat, enjoy some sunlight. Hope you're doing well. Back soon.